Good morning, Coolest Coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. It is a very stripy morning, Kristin.
I was just thinking that. Look at us again. We're not in the same color family, but we are picking our stripes today, I guess.
Picking our stripes. Well, and
Why did you pick your stripes today?
I haven't worn this in a while, and I do like this shirt. I like how it feels. I also feel like there's a storm brewing and that it might get cooler, and I felt this would be very easy to put a sweatshirt over.
Oh, smart. That's smart. I like that.
What about you?
I mean, I kind of went the same. So it maybe doesn't look like it. If it's a very light sweater and I have a tank top underneath, because yeah, it's in the 60s. So I feel like I needed something, but maybe not quite a hoodie, especially, we're in this weird season where it starts out cold, then it can get quite warm during the day, but then the evenings are really cool. So, and I just wanted to be comfortable.
Yeah, it is hard to know what the weather is going to do. So like yesterday it was probably 12:30 and I was having lunch and like looking out, right? And it was all blue skies and beautiful. And I had this plan. I was going to get on my scooter and I had to take something over by my neighbors. And she called me at 1:45 and she's like, "Tina, it's going to rain. You don't want to come." I'm like, "No, no, I do." She's like, "Just hold on for 5 minutes." And then all of a sudden it was like, like I was like, "What?" So apparently I was looking east where it was all blue skies, but what I didn't see coming behind was this huge, dark, massive. So
Did you have any hail at your house?
not that I noticed.
Okay, so we had hail, like, pea size yesterday afternoon, and it was raining so much the gutter was overflowing and it was going right into one of my hanging flower baskets. And then my little shepherd's hook eventually, like, just bent over and set it down. It must have gotten so waterlogged, it got heavy,
Like the snowman.
like the snowman. But the crazy thing is, I was on the phone with my mom and she's like, it's barely raining here. And
Oh,
she's just a little bit, we're just south of town. She's in town. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's barely raining here. And it was like monsoon pouring and hailing
it,
and the
it
whole
was
deal.
like a river rushing down the street in front of the house. I thought if I had been out on the scooter, I would have been stranded because it was deep, right? So you're near the lake where you are. We're near the lake. Is your mom further west? Is
Just
she
a little
inland?
bit. I mean, she's just like close to the senior center or, Halverson Park, kind of back in there. Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
Isn't
So,
that funny? Like just in the same little community, we can have all these different
yeah.
kinds of
Or
weather.
it's almost like it like split and it went up north by you and down south by us and then, maybe out to the lake or something. I don't know. We
Yeah.
needed it. Our grass was like super, super brown. It looked like August grass instead of, June grass.
Well, and how about your potted flowers? How did they do after that?
They're fine. I picked
Okay.
it back up. I think, the ground got so soft that it couldn't support the shepherd's hook standing up anymore with that in it. So we went for a walk. Actually, went for a walk and a bike ride last night. But when I got back from walking the dogs, then I re-put it back in the ground, and it's all good today.
Did you just have to like zhuzh it up a little bit?
Yeah, I had to kind of like find a new spot where the ground wasn't so soft to get it to stand up. And then, I kind of overcompensated. The hook, maybe if I were to not have the basket on, would be, like this. But then because the basket's on it, it looks normal. But, I kind of compensated for it.
So you're the person that introduced me to the word zhuzh. And I wasn't sure, like at first, I wasn't sure about it. But then I loved it. And the more I heard you use it, I'm like, oh, I get it. That's a cool word. And then the other day, Jason and I were talking about it and I used the word. And then I said, you know what? Do you think this is a real word? Or is this just something cool Kristen said that I like glommed onto? So I said, how do you think you would spell zhuzh? And we like sat there and we're like, do you think it starts with a J, with a Z, with a DJ? Like, how do you? So Jason's like, I know. I'll ask Siri. So he's like, hey Siri, how do you spell zhuzh? She's like, Judge. He's like, no, Siri, not judge. How do you spell zhuzh? And she's like, Judge. So we're like, okay, forget it. AI is not ready to take over the world yet. So then I'm like, I know, I'll record a voice memo to Kristen because I didn't even know how to, you know, have a facsimile of how to spell the word. Like, how do you ask how to spell it if you don't even know how to? So I'm like, voice memo to Kristen. How do you spell zhuzh?
And I think it spelled it Jorge, like not like gorge, but kind of, right? Um, yeah. So then I started looking it up because I don't really know how to spell it. And the funny thing is, I was trying to do talk to text and I couldn't get it to do it either. And I was like, there's got to be a way to figure this out. Like, is this a real word? You have really had me thinking.
Well, so I finally used ChatGPT and did a voice request to ChatGPT, which I didn't even know you could do. So I've learned, hey, you can. And I said, ChatGPT, not judge. How do you spell the word zhuzh? And it actually came up with the answer ZHUZH, or zhuzhing if you want to use it that way. And it's kind of cool because it really is this real word. It's apparently been around since the 1970s.
So first of all, I love that it's been around that long. That just proves that, it's a proper, legitimate word. It's not a new one. By the way, you can find this in the Merriam-Webster dictionary also. So it's the real deal. But yeah, it's all about elevating it, tweaking up your space. So it gave these examples of rolling up your sleeve or cuffing your jeans or doing something kind of unique with your outfit, fluffing throw pillows, rearranging books, adding a quick vase of flowers. For your food, you can judge it with fresh herbs or a squeeze of lemon or a dusting of chili butter. I love it.
And so apparently, and I don't know if it said it there, but one of the things I looked up about it, it's based on onomatopoeia, right? So like the word crash or boom, zhuzh is that same kind of word.
Interesting. I wouldn't think crash and boom doesn't fall in the same category as zhuzh.
It's like just the sound of it, like just a little zhuzh, a little 6-7. No.
Did you zhuzh anything this morning?
uh, well, let's see. I guess I had to zhuzh my hair before I put the headset on.
Zhuzh it up. I zhuzhed my outfit with these earrings today
Ooh,
because they just have this way of making everything look extra nice.
it
And
does.
I was gonna wear a different pair and I can't find them, and so that's what you get today.
So can I say those earrings really zhuzh up the sweater?
Yes. Yes, you can. Do you remember I know that I'm really going back here, but can you remember the context that I first used zhuzh in?
I don't remember the exact statement, but it was definitely about giving something a little lift. And I do think it was probably fashion based.
Okay. Well, I did not consider myself to be a fashion icon in any sort, but I'm going to take that and say thank you.
And I love it because it's this new word now in our vocabulary where we know it's verified and validated. And so, like, it's cool that you use this word that's now, like, in my life.
I mean, I do think I probably use it more often than I even realize. So
Now that I know how to spell it, like, now that I can see it in my head, I feel like there's going to be no holding back on how I use it.
Zhuzh.
Hmm.
So instead of the sh, it's z with the
Zh. Yeah.
zh, zh.
Hey, tell me about your bike ride last night.
Oh my gosh. Last night, very last minute, we decided like we were kind of waiting on the rain. Like, is the rain going to get out of here? And our two older girls were at a baseball game. And so we said to Nora, like, hey, you want to go for a bike ride? And we're thinking about throwing our bikes in the back of the truck. And she's like, sure. So we went down to Mariners Trail. We parked in the little wayside kind of across from, it's just north of the yacht club. So kind of across from that first little segment of buildings there, kind
Oh,
of like
sure.
think the Wisconsin Vein Clinic is there, and I don't know what else. And so we rode from there all the way to Two Rivers. We turned around right on the corner, kind of where the McDonald's is there. We were checking out. I heard there's a new owner for Screaming Conuts.
Oh, are they open?
It was not open last night, but I saw something that they're going to be opening. So we thought maybe Nora could get a treat while we were there, but they were not open yet.
Oh,
So then we turned around and we biked back, and it was like a perfect 59 minutes. It was like almost exactly an hour bike ride. It was really like the air temperature was cool last night. You can see Nora had pants and a sweatshirt on. I had pants and a long sleeve t-shirt on, but so comfortable for riding. It ended up being a beautiful night.
I'm impressed too. In 59 minutes, you made it all the way from the end of Waldo Boulevard to Two Rivers and back.
Yes, we did. It was just under 10 miles.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And you stopped and saw Spirit of the Rivers too?
Yeah, I asked Nora. So, like, when they were little, we would take our stroller and walk along the lake on a pretty regular basis. So it's been a bit since we've been there. So she's like, yeah, I want to go do it. So I know it's a little bit dark, but isn't it kind of cool?
It really is. I love that statue. And like with the lake behind, and then like it's kind of illuminated along the horizon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a beautiful, beautiful way to end our night yesterday for sure.
Well, what's kind of cool about that, I think, we just seem to be on the same wavelength, you and I, like stripes today, right? So on Saturday, I rode my scooter and I was down by the lake, not far from that parking lot you're talking about, actually.
Okay.
Turned my scooter off. I was listening to a book. I was watching the pelicans fly over the lake. I was just like enjoying the beautiful day. All of a sudden, somebody's like, Tina, it was our friend Becky, our good friend Becky and Cody were riding their bikes. And they were like, yeah, we're going to head up to Spirit of the Rivers. But then we were talking for a little while and they're like, well, maybe we'll turn back. I said, what if I ride with you and then it'll be very slow, because max speed on this scooter isn't very fast. But what if we go together? And I was just counting on the fact that I know the scooter has an 18-mile range, but I've never I've never ridden that far. But we made it all the way to Spirit of the Rivers, which is so cool.
I love that you, first of all, took a little bit of leap of faith with the scooter to see if you could make it. I mean, obviously, Becky and Cody, they would have given you a ride if you needed a ride home at some point, right? You would have figured something out. What a fun little adventure, an unplanned adventure.
Yeah, it's so serendipitous, right? Like just this lovely surprise to see them. And then when I saw your pictures come through, I'm like, we were all thinking the same thing.
I love that.
By the
Yeah.
way, Carla Wells says, if you got any good pictures, be sure to submit them for the Friends of Mariners Trail calendar contest. Oh, yeah. Awesome tip, Carla.
Carla, if you're still watching, where do you submit that, or how do you find out? Is there a Friend of Mariners Trail website, or how does somebody do that?
Sure. Yeah, Carla, if you can share a link in the chat, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's so fun. Yeah, I just was reminded again, I just a couple of weeks was out in San Diego, and there's beautiful boardwalks along the ocean there, and people roller skating and biking and doing all the things. And I just was reminded that, we have that too. And we saw a couple of guys inline skating last night. We passed lots of bikers, a couple of walkers, and like I almost feel like we underutilize it. It's so close and we don't get down there nearly enough.
Oh, you mean when the weather is decent enough to be there, you
Yes,
don't take advantage? Okay.
right. I mean, even, in the winter, if you really bundle up and go for a walk down there, like you're going to be fine. I just don't think we take the time to appreciate how awesome it is to have that.
Yeah. I'm just happy that you do appreciate it as much as you do when you do it, right? Like that it's having this big of an impact.
Maybe we appreciate it more when we do it because we don't get to do it as often as we could be.
Right, right. Like if you were there every day, would you look at it with the same fresh eyes?
I know. I mean, you're right. Yeah, we definitely don't take it for granted, but um,
Okay, Carla said they have a Facebook page with the link to submit on it. Be sure the link says 2026 though. All right,
awesome.
excellent.
Giving you a real thumbs up instead of an emoji thumbs up.
Hey, so then I see that like some cannonballs were happening.
Oh, yeah. I had to send these to you. So last Friday, I had the afternoon block to do something fun with the girls, and the weather was so cooperative that we made our first trip to the aquatic center, and I got these shots of the girls. So yeah, this is Nora mid-air. I know it's a little bit hard to see because the green and stuff, she kind of blends in, but yeah, she's mid cannonball there.
Did they have so much fun?
Oh my gosh, we went at like 1:30 in the afternoon. We ended up, some other moms with a bunch of kiddos came. They had a big crew. We had a blast. I mean, we stayed until it closed at 6 o'clock.
I mean, what a perfect afternoon. And there's concessions, right? So if you get peckish, thirsty, any of that.
Yep. Yeah, we ate lunch at home before we left, and then they always take a break at 3. Everybody has to get out of the water, so I let them go get
Oh,
a treat or a snack, whatever, and it was a really really lovely afternoon. So I think you do you have another one more? There's one in Josie.
I
Yeah,
love that.
posing. It's so funny coming out of the little tube there.
They're both brave, aren't they?
They're pretty adventurous.
Do they like the other slides too? Like the,
Oh yeah, they did all the things. The water slides, lazy river, just hanging out and playing with friends. I mean, it was good. It was what summers should be made of.
okay, now I heard you say they did all the slides and things. Did you?
I did not on Friday. I will, and I do, but they had plenty of friends along, and it was a nice chance for me to sit and kind of visit with some moms and chat. And
Nice.
so, yeah,
Was it
so
pretty busy there?
it was packed. When we first got there were not even chairs open. And we kind of sat on a grassy area in the shade. And then once it kind of got to be like 2 o'clock, 2:30, I think some people either leave for nap time or it's getting to be they've been there a couple hours, they're ready to head out. So they headed out, and then we were able to sneak into some chairs. But
Nice.
good stuff.
One disappointing thing I learned is that they don't have a committed accessibility chair there. Like I bet around the pool there was no chair for assisting somebody into the pool with disabilities, right?
I have to look.
Like
That
I asked them about it at the senior center because they have some activities in the pool. I said, "Oh, would I be able to get in?" They're like, "Well, we need like half an hour notice and they've got to lug this huge thing and get it into place." And I thought, "Oh, I'm not going to be the person saying like, "Hey, you want to have a really shit day cuz I need to get in the pool?" Like I was shocked that a city facility just doesn't already have a dedicated chair in place cuz I'm not the only person that would get in a pool assisted, right?
yeah,
Like,
that is interesting to me that it's not like a permanent fixture thing there.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I did text you another option. I found in Wisconsin, I don't remember, there were 2 places, floating wheelchairs. What do you think
Yeah, to
about
go
that?
into like the lake. So it would require somebody to push, right? I wouldn't be able to operate it on my own, but it would be amazing if there was somebody willing to be in the water, right?
Pick me, pick me.
Yeah, I think we should try it. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, to your point, it's 4 lakes, and it's meant to kind of be, I think, something that goes from the sand into the water, and then it floats.
Yeah, it had like kind of big, jumbo-y air-filled wheels, maybe.
Yep.
Something that would kind of roll over the sand without getting bogged down, and then yeah, kind of float in the water.
Yeah. I wondered how you feel about that. We talked last week on the show about the hills, hiking, and the kind of tipping, teeter-tottering of the track chair. So I wondered how you feel about being on the water where, you might be depending on wave action.
Well, I almost think once that chair gets you into the water, you would just slip off and be able to,
Mm.
plither around in the water and
Oh,
then just get back on the chair when it's time to get out.
didn't think about it from that context. I was imagining it something that stayed on top of the water that you could like tootle around.
Oh,
Now we're going to have to go back and look.
yeah. I mean, it would be nice if it did that as well because everybody has different abilities, right? In a disabled state, everyone's abilities are different. So like once I was in the water, I should be able to get off and then self power around. But
Right.
it's the getting in, the getting out, and getting to that I have
Correct.
trouble with.
What's cool is if it does what you're talking about, meaning it can get you into zero entry and then you can go from there. that option would also work at something like the pool in Manitowoc, because they do have zero entry at the Manitowoc pool. You could do a similar thing into the water there.
Oh my God, that would totally solve the problem. Yeah, if they just had one of those to wheel you into the zero entry area, then you'd be in.
Yeah. Or could we take your waterproof chair?
Oh, the shower chair?
I love your face right now. But it has to be your face for next week. Did you guys know that they make, maybe I'm just naive, but like Tina has a fully waterproof shower wheelchair.
I just don't know if it folds down. It's almost like a PVC pipe kind of thing.
Sure.
I have to think about that. Would that work? Maybe. It might.
Maybe we need to outsmart
Yeah. I
folks
lo-
at the facility.
I love the way you're thinking, Kristen.
Options, girl. There are always options.
And that's the thing, right? Yeah, is exploring those options and thinking outside of the box, right?
Right. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, you guys, last week you asked, like, what's the name of the book you're reading? And I never know it. So I actually stopped. I'm sorry. I'm seeing it backwards. I don't know if you're seeing it backwards.
Backwards.
Okay. So this is Abby Jimenez, who writes a lot of just very light, kind of romancy, summer fun books. I'm reading this book called Just for the Summer. I just started it last week, and it is everything that I was looking for. Just light and silly and
Awesome. Where is it set?
the main part of the story I'm in right now is set in Minnesota on Lake Minnetonka. But the female character in this case is a traveling nurse, so she is in different places.
And is it contemporary, like current day?
Yeah. Yeah. So just, kind of fun. Like I was ready for something lighter and a little bit easier. I read kind of something suspenseful, and I read something that was based on somebody's time in prison, and that all was starting to feel quite heavy for the summer. So these are great. They're like quick reads, and have you ever read Abby Jimenez before?
I feel like I have, but not that title, but I recognize her name, so I'm wondering if you mentioned her to me or if I've read her. Do you know what any of her other titles are?
I don't off the top of my head. Like I would have the other titles.
Your post-it note doesn't go that in depth.
That does not go that far. No, but I think she has many, many books. I probably read 3 or 4 other ones for sure. So I bet if you looked at the titles, something might sound familiar.
Okay. I just started reading The Goddess of Warsaw, and I can't think of the author's name. So far, it's intriguing, but I've just started, right? And so it's definitely like a World War II, like there's an actress, contemporary, she's like 80 years old, and it's kind of a look back at her life and what happened in Warsaw and how she got to where she is today. And I have a feeling, based on that it could get very heavy. And so I'm not sure that it's the perfect book to start the summer off to.
Is it historical fiction or nonfiction?
Oh, I think historical fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody read that? Viewers, have you read The Goddess of Warsaw? If so, tell me. And also, if you think I should keep going, I want to know.
It's a great. So last weekend we were at a softball tournament for Josie Girl, and we had a little bit of downtime between some games on Saturday afternoon. So I was reading on my Kindle, and another mom was there reading, and she was reading Remarkably Bright Creatures.
I love that book.
So I know other people who've read this book that swear by it. I've tried twice to start it, and I have a really hard time getting into it. So
And that's okay. I think not every book resonates with people, right? And or doesn't hit at the right time in life, or you know what I mean? Like books are often that way, where there's something that maybe it hooks you or it like kind of pushes you away, and I think people respond differently.
I mean, I want to read it because I've heard it's so, like, multiple people have said, oh my gosh, it's so good. And the mom reading it was like, I love it. I don't even know why I love it. I just love it. And I'm like, okay, Do I give this another shot? I think do I just need to get 5 or 6 chapters in and it'll be better? Like,
Do you know what I think you should do? I listened to the audiobook, and the audiobook was a fantastic performance.
okay.
So maybe if you give it a try via the audiobook, it will give you a different perspective.
Do you ever find when you're listening to audiobooks that your brain starts listening and then it stops listening somewhere along the way and you're just thinking about other things?
Sometimes, or like I fall asleep, or but I find so if I'm going to listen to an audiobook, I need to be doing something else. Like if I'm listening to an audiobook and you know, cleaning, or if I'm listening to an audiobook while I'm on my scooter going to the store or something, right? So I'm doing something, but I can't be doing anything that requires my mind to be actively engaged because then that conflicts with the book.
Right. Right. That's my issue is I find sometimes that I have good intentions of listening, but then as I get going, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not listening at all. I'm paying attention to the other thing. It's on, I hear it, but I'm not taking in any of it.
Yeah, I used to love crocheting. And like if I was crocheting and then listening to a book, it was perfect because it kept me active,
Sure.
but like your mind doesn't have to like, it's not process. Yeah. But that's different these days. So
I was just gonna say, can you with your prosthetic crochet? Like if you can hold a
you know,
music bow, can you hold your crochet needles?
I would have to revisit what your hands do when you crochet because the prosthetic hand doesn't have any dexterity. Like it can open and grip, and I got a new grip that does something like oh no, like this. Like the finger comes over the thumb, which Jason was saying like that'd be great for holding like yarn or fabric or something if you were, you know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
tape. But I haven't tried it yet. And I have to reorient myself. It's been so long now that since I have crocheted, I'd have to reorient myself if that would work.
Yeah, but I'm curious.
Chris says, I can clean the house for hours while I listen to a book. My best cleaning solution. Agreed.
That's like a 2 for 1. Like I am tackling a book and I'm look at me accomplishing things.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like if I'm going out, if I want to ride my scooter to get some fresh air, without like a mission or a goal, you kind of peter out, right? But if you're listening to a book, I feel like I can keep going and keep going. And
Yeah. Or you want to keep going, you get to a chapter, you're like, no, I don't want to stop. I'm gonna keep, yeah,
yeah.
great. Yeah, I am not a crocheter. I don't have any desire to do that. But I'll be curious. You'll have to let us know if you try to tackle that.
Yeah. I wonder what would be easier, knitting or crochet with my situation.
Remind me what the difference is.
Knitting is two needles that you work together, and crochet just has that one like hook on a device. And I'm thinking crochet. Viewers, who crochets? Tell me if you think this is possible. Tell me your advice.
I would also like to know who came up with the word crochet. Isn't it fancy? It's like a fancy.
If I had to guess, because because the et at the end of the word is just pronounced a, crochet, makes me think it's French origin. And if it's French, crochet, maybe it means to cross over. Like
Mm,
crochet is to cross, I'm thinking.
yeah, I was thinking it was French also, based on the sound.
So what about knit?
Knit, gnat.
Like, do you think that's German? Swedish? What's the origin of knit?
It definitely feels more. Doesn't you know what I mean? Eastern
Yeah.
European.
Anything that starts with a silent K has got a little to
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah. Bohemian, something along those lines.
Cindy said, I think you might be able to crochet as it is one instrument that's used. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
So are
But
you
then,
holding with one hand and this is my version. This is what crochet means in my world. Here, I should do it like this. I have a pen in my hand. What am I doing?
so yeah, you kind of like work the hook, and I think the left hand is maybe holding. I'm gonna have to watch a YouTube tutorial to refresh myself to see how I could work around.
Okay. So folks, next week, tune in. Tina's going to give us an update on crochet. One-handed crochet, even though it's always one-handed crochet.
Well, no, but two hands are involved, but it's a
Yes.
one-handed instrument. Cindy said, knitting had 2 active needles. Okay, and to do that would be a bit tricky. Right, right. But Cindy, can you remind me, what is the left hand doing in crochet that's not holding the tool?
Let's play a game called If We Get Validation That You Can Crochet, What Will You Crochet First?
Well, maybe a pot holder would be a good place to start.
I will make you a dishcloth.
That'd be a good place to start. Maybe like a hat. I remember when Teak was a baby, I crocheted him this adorable hat that had like a sock monkey on it.
Oh, I love that.
And then as he got older, it was a black hat that had like a white skull and crossbones.
That's great. You could make teak hats.
He's not a child anymore. I don't know if I can get him to learn.
He
Look at this homemade knit quirky thing.
He can put some very zhuzhed up outfits together. I'm sure if you made him a crocheted hat, he would be happy to incorporate it into his outfit.
You're right. Basically holding the piece that if it's just holding, that new grip might be. Thank you, Cindy.
Wow, we're really onto something here, folks. I really love it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Okay.
Cool. Well, enjoy the day. I hope your plant survives if it rains again.
It's good. It might need to get moved in. I do think it's supposed to rain again today. Just so you guys know, Chris Cornelli said Teak will be so happy if he gets the hats. Yeah, I do think it is supposed to rain. I might have to, the one that got waterlogged yesterday, I might have to move in onto the porch and give it some cover, some protection. But
what kind of flowers are in that basket?
Geraniums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They're very happy with all the rain, though. They're nice and green, and they've got buds all over. So if I think of it, I'll snap a picture.
Yeah.
And then you can show it for next week.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, this has been an awesome conversation, Kristin. Thanks for sharing your Wednesday morning.
Thank you for sharing with me. It went fast.
Thanks, everybody, for... Oh, yep. What?
I said it always goes fast.
It does. Viewers, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for joining and participating in the chat. This was awesome. You've been watching Coffee with Kristin and Tina. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. We'll see y'all next time.